Hey guys, TechMentor with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about iOS 16 on the iPhone XS. Now, the iPhone XS was released back in 2018 and it's still able to get the latest update, which is iOS 16. In this video, we're going to talk about the experience of downloading iOS 16, some of the top features that you might be interested in knowing of iOS 16, the performance, the battery life, and any bugs and issues we have so far using iOS 16 since we did update iOS 16 on this iPhone XS. Again, a little background on the iPhone XS, if you didn't know, it was released back in 2018, September of 2018. So now it's been almost 4 years since this phone has been out. It was a premium device, so you did pay almost $1,000 that you pay like for a new phone. So again, a really expensive phone, again, used by a lot of people still out there. Again, the iPhone XS, remember there is a XS Max as well, but this is the smaller one that we have, which has a 5.8-inch display. You got this 212 megapixel camera, again a phenomenal device here with that A12 Bionic chip, 4 gigs of RAM. Again, this phone is probably going to be good for another couple more years. It will probably get the next update as well, so major update wise it's going to be still lasting for some time. That's why we decided to update to iOS 16 so we can break it down for you guys. So if you haven't downloaded and looking to download iOS 16, simply go into settings here, and once you go into settings here, you'll want to notice here, you go to general software update, and most people will be able to see their update here. If you don't see your update here, you can check out your internet connection. You can also update your phone through iTunes, which we made a video on, so make sure you guys check that video out. The other thing you want to make sure is you have about 4 to 5 gigs space available, and expect to wait around half an hour to 40 minutes for it to download and install the update, because it is a big jump in update. But once you have the update ready, all of the features will be pretty much available, except a couple features that come exclusively to iPhone 14. So what are some of the top features that you'll get with iOS 16? To break it down for you guys, first thing you probably notice here is this lock screen personalization, customization, whatever you call it. But basically, you can go ahead all out and customize any sort of lock screen that you like. As you can see, you can add widget, you can actually change the font, you can do a lot more stuff with it, which is surprising because Apple usually doesn't let you do a lot of customization. But when it comes to lock screen, they did finally decide to give in. The one thing you won't see here, again, we talked about some rumors we heard, was the always on features. Unfortunately, we don't see that always on feature available here right now as of yet. Maybe there will be a new update that shows that, but I don't think that will be possible on the iPhone XS. Other things that Apple has done with improvement, it's going to be around iMessages. Again, iMessages, message in general, has been an area where iPhone users have the luxury of using it. As you can see here, if we were to send a message out, we can do two new things. First thing is, if you send a message out, you can simply go ahead and edit a message. So we can edit that message. As you can see, we'll be able to edit a message, and along with this editing option, we can also unsend or pretty much undo a send by clicking on that, and it vanishes just like that. Along with that, you can also reply to messages later by simply swiping right and clicking on that button. You'll have that notification, so you can kind of be reminded to come back and do send a message back. Along with that is email. If you want to unsend the email now, you can also do that as well. A lot of neat features that they have. The next thing you probably will be interested in, if you're someone that likes editing, especially photos on your iPhone, is this ability to just simply click on a photo and remove the background. As you can see here, you can just simply press and hold. It recognizes the object, and you can really pretty much move that and then move it somewhere else or send it to someone. As you can see here, we can just simply click on that and remove the background just with a simple press and get that phone clear. Again, another feature that probably is interesting for you to take a look at. The next thing you'll probably notice around some other updates, it's going to be around focus mode. So focus modes were just recently released on the previous version of the iOS, but now with focus mode, you can ability to customize it a little bit more in terms of how you want to get different notification, how you want to pretty much be distraction free. Again, something to check out. Along with focus mode, another update that Apple usually does with its devices, with the major updates, is around privacy and security. Now, privacy and security are pretty much a big thing when it comes to iPhone. As you can see here, it has been renamed, and there's a couple other new things coming in, like a safety check that you can take and read about it, again, to protect yourself, things like that. Again, neat features to take a look into. We won't get into too much of a detail, but do know it's there. There's also going to be ability to use passkeys, which allows you to pretty much sign in and use authorization or access to devices as well, like sites that support it, which you'll probably see. And other updates probably you'll see is around things like notification. As you can see here, it's going from down up here. Notification has been slightly improved. If so, if you can see how it has been or done or so. So all of those are some of the top features that you might need to know. Now let's talk about the next thing, which is performance. So when it comes to performance, it's really important because you want to make sure that when you do upgrade to a new version, that the performance doesn't go lag or anything like that. So far what we've seen is the basic stuff, things like calling, texting, browsing. Again, all of that has been stable so far. The next thing is checking out applications. So our applications working as it should be. So far what we found is that all the applications that we've been taking a look at, or the main ones that most people use, have been stable so far. From social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of those, they're stable, working as it should. Things like even entertainment apps for things like your sport apps, they've been working fine as well. As you can see here, we're opening up ESPN. All of these apps work fine when it comes to music streaming and video streaming for things like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All of those are working as well, so you're not going to have any issues with that as well. And other things to note here, again, the basic apps, of course, they're going to work just the way it should and no issues. The other thing to note is from the previous version, things like app library, editing, widget, all of those are still available for you to utilize. Those are not gone. Sometimes, those can tend to go away in some updates, but that is not the case. You'll have the ability to do all that and much more. So update wise, in terms of performance, have been fine with the iPhone XS that we have experienced so far. Moving on to the next thing that we want to discuss is going to be around battery. So battery, again, really important concept, but as you can see here, if we turn on battery percentage now, what happens is you can actually see the percentage instead of in the past where you had to pull down to the percentage. You can just turn that on and you see the number appear on the battery icon. Again, cool little hidden feature that kind of brings out just a little bit better user experience that we've seen from Apple. But talk about battery life, there has been some users that experience initial drain after they updated to iOS 16, but after doing some forced restart and doing some of the troubleshooting, they found the battery has been stable. Again, for our experience, the iPhone XS here, the battery has been pretty much the same. We really haven't seen any sort of major alarming issues where we can say, oh, the battery went down or the battery health isn't as great as the previous version. We can't really say that. It seems like it's been stable so far. So no complaint with the battery itself. And lastly, any sort of bugs and issues. Again, bugs and issues like with any version, because this is a .0 version, meaning the first version. After a couple of days, it's been fine for us, but we'll probably hear about those as it comes along, and Apple probably will have updates to fix those. Again, initial version so far has been good on the iPhone XS. Do you want to upgrade to iOS 16? You can choose to stay on iOS 15.7 as well. Apple does give you that option, but probably later on down the road, you'll probably have to update to iOS 16 when it's time. So iPhone XS, iOS 16, again, so far in our experience, performance, battery, and all of that have been consistent with it, and we're going to want to hear from you guys. What's your experience have been so far on iOS 16? Have you downloaded it? Have you had any issues with the device itself? Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section, whether it be the iPhone XS or any other device you have downloaded. Make sure to leave a comment in there. And while you're at it, for more updates like this and other updates for iOS and Apple devices, make sure that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.